is David Dezso, a former Green Beret, now founder and CEO of Banyan Risk Group. We appreciate you being here with us today, David. Let me ask you a little bit about, now that this truce has been extended 2 days, from the perspective of the soldiers that are on the ground for both the IDF and for the militants associated with Hamas. What do they do during this period where there is a ceasefire? How do they regroup, or what is their next plan?
Great to be with you. So from the IDF perspective, they're going to organize and then adjust from their invasion, right? So they have to consolidate their planning. From the Hamas perspective, remember, they're disjointed, they're in tunnels. Who knows how destroyed most of those tunnels are? So my expectation is they're going to try to get organized on what they have, whether it's manpower or resources. They're going to get ready for ongoing operations after the ceasefire. They're going to prepare for negotiations, and then they're going to continue their propaganda campaign, because that's what's moving the international community to put more pressure on the U.S. Regionally, you're still seeing the Houthis try to interdict Israeli ships in the sea in the Gulf of Aden. You're seeing Hezbollah have a measured approach, but you're seeing other things happen in the region that are still impactful for this.
You know, on Friday, when these hostages first were being released, I asked one of our correspondents on the ground who stands to benefit the most. And they responded that really this is all Hamas really gains the most benefit from this ceasefire. Do you agree with that assessment, or are there any risks that we're not even really considering when a ceasefire or a truce is extended? Because most people believe that it's only a good thing for everyone.
While it's a good thing, of course, you're getting the hostages back, I don't necessarily agree that Hamas is the winner here. I think Hamas has gone from strategic interests where they wanted thousands of these prisoners released. They wanted Israelis out of the West Bank, and they wanted the naval and land blockade out. So they're not getting any strategic wins here. They've got 147 hostages released when they wanted thousands. So I would say that's not hitting the mark for what they originally wanted and did move with this intention. So I think what you're seeing is the next step. The first step was to take Gaza City, and it's a more formal, conventional invasion. And maybe now that we'll see the next step over the next couple of weeks, move to the southern part of Gaza, where we do think a lot of the command and control of Hamas's leadership will be. And that is a step that Hamas has to get prepared for, as that's probably the next evolution. In weeks later, I think you'll see this move from conventional warfare and a typical invasion to more specific targeting, where they will use more special operations, specific type of actions.
For those that are watching this conflict unfold from overseas, a lot of people wonder and question out loud how long this could possibly last. Obviously, the Prime Minister Netanyahu is saying today that the goal is twofold, not just to release all the hostages, but to eliminate Hamas. And so I'm curious, from your perspective as someone who has military experience, what that actually looks like, the elimination of a terrorist organization. How does one even know that it's over, that the job is done?
Yeah, that's a difficult question to answer. I think the reality is Hamas is more of an ideology than a certain figurehead. This isn't killing bin Laden and Al Qaeda goes away. This isn't killing Baghdadi and ISIS goes away. We wiped out ISIS in about a year and a half. Between 2016 and 17, it was a very difficult fight. But look, ISIS is back as an ideology again, and there's different leaders, and so that's a real challenge. You got a culture, it's embedded in their culture, so it's a difficult thing. And the other thing is Hamas is looked at by a lot of people in Palestine as leaders, and they're getting some of these prisoners released, so they're actually being chanted and praised. So it is going to be a very difficult road. I think the most important thing eventually is to take the leadership out, and that's what they're going to be working on. But the external leadership's also not in Palestine. They're not in Gaza. They're in Qatar and other places, and that's where you see most of their external leadership acting. So those type of takedowns in another country become very difficult and risky for the Israelis.
David Dezso, former Green Beret, also founder, CEO of Banyan Risk Group. Thank you very much for your insight today, sir.
Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.